Hello and welcome to the Slip Sis YouTube channel. I am Che,
I'm Gabs.
and this is episode 56 of the podcast. I have had the pleasure of receiving the end of my sister's cold from when I had the excellent pleasure of visiting her last week. So here we are. Gabs will do lots of talking, not that different from normal. But today is March 9th. I have fallen victim to the daylight savings time change. So I am just messy, messy, messy. And our info will be below. I got nothing else.
Designs. We are in the middle of the test crochet for the Beanie Faction beanie, which is also one of my FOs. So we'll talk about it more then.
Awesome. Do you want to do the hats first?
Yeah, I have 3.
I have 2.
Okay. So should I just roll into talking about this Beanie Faction beanie right now then?
Oh, yeah.
Pardon me. I still have my coffee coughs, which is exciting as well. So Chaley designed this beanie 6 years ago.
Years. Yeah, I don't know.
I think the first one I could find on Ravelry, like she'd made a project page for, was in like 2021 or something. It
This is
was,
the one I made for my friends.
yeah, it was your Panthers hat, I think.
Yee. Go Panthers.
Um, it was like her, I think it was like her study group or something, and then she made them themed hats. And then she's been sitting on it and sitting on it and sitting on it, and she sat on it so long it became part of her butt. So
Uh,
that's the tag for today.
yep, I'm gonna write that one down.
Um, but then I decided that I was going to write it up. And it's a it'll be a free pattern in conjunction with Knit for Food because it's really the like go-to quick palette cleanser donation beanie that you can use up yarn with. So we've got 3 lovely testers, 2 of which are done already. It's so
Wow.
speedy. I'm not a very fast crocheter, and mine took me 2 nights, but I wasn't working on it exclusively. So I'd say what, maybe 3 hours on average.
Depending on how long you make it.
It's like, but definitely, like if you're a quick crocheter, it could definitely be an afternoon project.
Hmm.
Or if you're panic gift knitting around the holidays. But here's what mine looks like.
Cute.
Mine is a child size because I ran out of yarn. Um, I also completely ignored my sister's pattern when she was like, use a 4 millimeter hook. And I was like, no, not going to do that. Use worsted weight yarn. No, I'm not going to do that. But I read the directions to make sure the directions were right. So mine's heavily modified. It fits both my 3-year-old and my 5-year-old. So it's firmly a kid's beanie. It's basically the same pattern. I just omitted 1 row of increases because I knew I was going to run out of yarn. And I did because look what I had to do for the brim. So this yarn, the Varigade, is Southern Skeins wildflowers from her February box. So whoops, I totally spoiled everyone, but sorry. And then the green is the contrast color that one of the contrast colors we got with it. And then the purple is from my sister when I made another muscle bra. So it's really cute. It looks kind of Eastery, so it will go into probably donation or gift. Um, I think I've decided for it to be a gift. One of my brother-in-law's um, new girlfriend has a little girl, and I think that's going to be my thing is that I give her a hat every year for Christmas. I made her one already, and her grandparents, her mom doesn't like knit and crochet, so it's like I've got a corner on the market, and my mother-in-law doesn't make hats, so I've got to corner the market on what I can give this child. So hat, and I think this will fit her head because she's between ages of my daughters, so I think that'll be good. Do I go again? Is that how we do this now? Is I do all my hats?
Yes.
Oh, all
And
right.
I'm gonna go get a lozenge.
Yes, because
BRB.
she's had to mute herself like 3 times already while she coughs up her lungs. That's why she's muting herself, by the way. Um, there she goes. So I've also made this Musselburgh hat. It is Granite State Yarns Christmas Snow. Chaley has seen it. She's actually worn it on her head. She saw it in my bin for podcasting and she just puts it on her head while I'm doing something else. And she's just like been wearing it the whole time. But I didn't run out of yarn this time. I really like this one. It came out nice. I don't think truly, I don't think it looks very Christmassy. Like I wouldn't say this, oh, that's Christmas yarn, but I liked it.
I
I'm
feel like it's like a winter whirl.
mhm. I agree. I mean, it's definitely winter. I think it could also be like transition-y for spring because of the
Hmm.
greens. But I
I think
really
it's a
like,
ski cap.
yes, good one. I really like her yarn. I really like her dyeing style. We were just talking about subscriptions, and this is probably the only one that I would actually continue again
Mhm, mhm,
because
mhm.
it's been great. It's been timely. It looks, and okay, here goes. I was just reading on Reddit how everyone gets mad about hot takes, but this is a hot take apparently. When the picture doesn't look like the yarn you get even close.
Mhm.
And Granite State Yarns, her pictures look basically like what you're going to get.
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
when she shows her, because she'll reveal the colorway like midway through the month after she knows most people have gotten it. I'm like, hey, that looks exactly like mine. It
Mhm.
looks, I mean, there's some variation, but it's sometimes we've gotten stuff where we're like, what did we order? Is this what I ordered? And it looks vastly different. And it's not even like, oh, some computer screens have varying hues. Like some colors are completely missing,
Mhm.
or it's a painted style of dyeing yarn instead of speckled. Like it's vastly different, but not with Granite State Yarns. So I would definitely recommend her yarn and her subscription box. I did 6 months, and I'm kind of sad that mine's going to expire, but I could always, sign up for more. Oh, I have more. I have more. I've also finished this hat. This is number 3 of the Musselburgh Mania that Shaylee has been like,
I'm on hiatus. I can't do it.
you can't do it.
I can't do it right now. It's not, I can't do it right now. It's just looking at me.
We are making Musselburgh hats for our family. This is called Under the Christmas Tree. This one looks more like Christmas tree lights than the other one did. The other one, the other skein, loathed it. This one, pretty speedy. I will say one skein I received this Christmas and another skein I received like 3 Christmases ago. And the dye style is like also completely different. Like they don't look the same at all. I don't know. Chaley's looked, I think, more like this, but they're supposed to be the same colorway. And they don't look like they're all great colorways. But if I was trying to put these together, no amount of helical knitting would correct this.
Mm.
Right? Because I've got way more gold in mine than Shay does. But that's why I have found that most of the time indie dyed yarn is great for one skein projects because then
Yeah.
you don't need it.
Yeah.
Um, so this one's for Vevi. I finished 3 hats and I am trucking away when I'll talk about it in whips. What you got, Jay?
You go, girl. Ah, I also have muscle burrs.
Exciting.
This is one of my assignments, or was one of my assignments, for the families. It's actually Gabs's. Surprise. So I made she and I will match. Here, I'll sample it for you. Uh, and the colorway is Christmas in London. And I will say I really liked it in the skein. I don't know if I love it knitted up. And I don't know if it's just my gauge made it look funny, but it feels a little splotchier than normal. Like this side is okay, I think, like right here.
Mhm.
Or but then it's like you have like the but that's okay. Guys will love it. So
I'm clearly a hat wearer.
and I did adult small for her.
Excellent.
It's still me. I'm so sorry. Um I made a DK muscle burr and I mucked this one up too. Because this is, I don't know, I can't count, I can't measure. I made it too big, like width-wise, because it's like very wide. Like, I don't know. It's fine, like if you put it on, it's not that bad. Like think it's not that bad, but I've learned since then. So, but this one is DK, like I said, and it was made out of the February Yarnable, which was called Cupid's Bow. So on the topic of the subscriptions, um, I'll show mine later, but I switched my subscription and I think I'm realizing like the rising costs of things are making it really hard, I think, to sustain subscriptions. And I think my frustration with it right now is that like I really like it, but it's really expensive because it ends up being about $37 for just getting the yarn and because of shipping. And that's really expensive for me. So I skipped it for the next month. If I love the color $37 worth, I'll get it. But I think I might continue to skip it for a bit because I don't actually need any more yarn. I've got plenty of options to choose from, and I have another subscription. My frustration with that one is that it's March 9th and I just still don't have my February color. So
What the heck, man? This happened in January too.
yeah, it's not great. Not that I like need the yarn, but I think it's more the principle for me. So but that's okay. Still a beautiful hat. This one will be for donation and hopefully someone who maybe has like more voluminous hair than me or
Oh,
like
true.
a larger head. This would be better for them.
I didn't think about that. Shaylee and I have very like straight,
Half
like
flat.
stick to your head
Yeah,
hair.
yeah, 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 yeah. This is it. This is now all natural.
True.
I have a sock and then a chicken.
I just have socks.
Okay, let's do our socks.
All right.
Oh, me. Okay. I thought you were going.
Oh, I can.
No, it's my turn.
Okay.
I finally finished my drama club socks that I was supposed to do for Felici February. So what I feel like I've learned is that February, probably till May, I feel a little bit like an epic fail with my crafting. And I probably need to not do challenges during this time because it stresses me out because I have a lot of other crapola going on. But I finished these. This is pair number 2 of the Felicis that I did in February. And they were finished in February, so that was good. It's drama club, right? I
Yeah.
did vanillas with an afterthought heel, and I think I will donate these as well.
I also did Felici February. But true to form, decided to go rogue because it's Gabs. And I really like learning new things. We've talked about this before. It's like my thing. Um, so I wanted to every year, I want to do Sock Madness. Then I get mad at Sock Madness for the same reason that I'm mad at it every single year. Do I learn from this process? Absolutely not. But this year, Sock Madness, they did what's called a continuous sock. You cast on a pair of socks toe up, then you knit, 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 knit. You knit the heel, still going toe up, half, and then keep knitting the cuff of the second sock, do the leg, the heel, and then you basically start cuff down. So you do like toe up and cuff down at the same time, which is what I did. So I will get a picture from the Instagram because, or no, from my actual phone. Let's see if I can make it do this without blowing it out. Um, and I really liked this concept. I thought it was a great way to like combat second sock syndrome. And it was really fun with self-striping yarn. So I did that. And I split my two socks.
Cute.
I did a different style of heel than I normally do. I did a shadow wrap heel, which is just basically short rows and wrapped and turned. I think it's pretty cool. I don't think you can really tell which one was the toe up, cuff down one. Like they came out pretty solid that you're like, oh, clearly one looks different. I will say my gauge is vastly different on the two of them. So that was interesting. There's no pattern that there's no vanilla pattern of this that I could find. I've seen a couple like complicated cable ones, which is what Sock Madness was. And there's a couple other ones, but I haven't seen someone offering a vanilla sock version. I also don't know what to call this like technique. I've been calling it a continuous sock. I don't know what else you would call it because it's not two at a time. It's not tandem.
Big, 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 big.
right? Like, so I've been calling it a continuous sock, but I don't know if someone knows. I did show this in a couple Discord groups, and someone's like, "Oh, but your stripes are going the wrong direction." Like, right? Because when I flip, they went like this, and then I flipped them. I'm like, I don't care. I did have to cut in and bind off on both of them, but I was so that's why the yellow is the same, right? They went whoop, and I used the whole skein, like the whole amount of this yarn. Um, I really liked it. I think I would only ever do it again with self-striping though, because this would be boring as hell on like blue.
Right.
Like the self-striping is what made it interesting. It also made it more helpful to count.
Ah, yes.
So I guess if there's interest, I'll write up a pattern. It would be free because it's obviously not my idea and mostly just vanilla socks, but you could basically take vanilla sock patterns and just mash them together. So if you have, I wouldn't say this is a beginner friendly thing, but if you've knit socks for a few years, you're comfortable cutting in, none of these techniques are mad new. So I like it. It's fun. This goes here.
Cute. So it's a throwback, kind of, because I have a chicken, which is our emotional support chicken pattern that we loved through last year. And then I kind of got over chickens, to be honest with you, after we did our great like chicken challenge or
Oh,
the
that was a lot.
there's too much chicken and I wasn't in the mood. But I have a friend who is getting married and I promised wedding chicken. So the matrimonial chicken is here. This is the bride's chicken. I have not done the groom's chicken yet. But the blue is Destination Yarn, City of Lights, and the kind of like beige is here this side you can see the beige better is from Forbidden Fiber Company and it's called Snow Angel. So here she is, ready to be put into a box at some point and shipped off to DC.
Exciting, exciting times.
Okay, I'm ready to show my whips.
Me too.
Love it.
I have three.
Me too.
Okay.
I have two, yeah, what? Two hat, one hat, one sock, one garment.
I have a blanket, a cowl, and a hat.
Okay, let's do our hats.
All right, sounds good. I
Okay, I have mine. Hold on,
knitted.
foot issues. In my twofer from Erin Lane Bags, and I am taking a break from doing that so that I can do something more fun, so that I can renew my muscle burra spirit. So I decided it would be fun to make a magic knot ball specifically to make a muscle burra. So I made like I want to say like 83-gram ball for it, but in my mind I wanted to hold it with white. And I probably should have done that, but I didn't feel like it because I didn't have a white that I loved to go with it. So I thought it would be funny because it's going to be cray cray anyways to hold it with a ridiculous color. So I'm holding it double with Beach Bum from Molly Klein Design. It's actually not that bad. It's just so interesting. And I think it's so silly. It actually, I think this is a better hat for Lenny than what I'm gonna make, but this is it.
Ooh, I like it.
Isn't it kind of fun?
Yeah.
Like how it like interacts with each color. So I'm having a great time. I also think it like helps me kind of like you were saying when you do like your certain amount of rows on it. Like I just do a color like a day
Right.
or something. And so that's been great for me. And so still the muscle blur, I did adult small again and kind of guessed on my gauge.
Because we've learned from the too bigness of muscle
Yeah.
burras.
And I think this is the right size now.
Always err on the size down because things stretch.
Yeah.
And heads are warm, so it causes your fibers to relax. I am on my last family muscle burra.
You go,
This
girl.
is under the aluminum Christmas tree. It is my favorite of the color, sorry, the colorways we have done. Um, it's on her silk base, which I am learning is not my favorite base to knit with. It is too slippery. Um, and now I know someone is going to helpfully tell me to use wood needles because they're grippier. Yes, but they're not pointy enough because I dull my wood needles so, so fast. And I don't like them and I bend them. So I didn't want to do that. So yes, I know. I know I could use wood needles because it would make it grippier. But I'm not going to do that.
Why not?
I'm just going to complain instead.
I like it.
Um, I think I'm about halfway through. I think. It's looking good.
Halfway.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so long.
I mean, this is the finished muscle burra, right?
Mm.
Got to fold over.
You're so much better at knitting for a long time than me.
Chaley's muscle burras, honestly, they come out kind of stubby because
Yeah,
she's like, I'm done. And I'm
good
like,
enough. I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
so I've been doing 10 rows a day on this, if not more, just to keep like make sure I work on it. I themed my progress keeper. See, it's a
Oh,
Christmas tree.
cute.
So I do at least 10 rows a day, and this is my last one. And I'm excited for it to be my last one. But I just saw that, shoot, Val Moreno, who is like partnered with Breaking Yarn, that's McKaylee, to come up with this really cute hat pattern, which looks like a muscle burra, but it combines that concept of Don Barker's assigned pooling. So it's called the Sunport hat, and I think it might still be available for free through McKaylee's newsletter, which is how we got it. But basically, you knit the muscle burra style hat, I think. And then, but when you get to like your color for the variegated, the assigned pooling part, you do your fancy stitch, which I think would be really fun for a lot of destination yarn because it tends to flash quite
Hmm.
heavily. And then it would be exciting. And it would be similar to the like self-striping concept of, well, I want to get to the next stripe. Like I want to get to the next fancy stitch
Right, right, right.
because I really like that idea. But the super bloom shawl that we made calls for bubbles. And I'm like, can't put bobbles on a head. And it looks like he got lots of pimples. So that's not gonna work out.
You can do the aster.
I know, but that seemed hard to keep my gauge consistent with the aster stitch because I noticed that lots of people seem kind of floopy.
Mm.
So that's where I am. That's my next destination yarn hat thing that I think I'm gonna make next. But I'm not there yet because I am determined to do this because Gabs has a tendency to have good ideas and then quit them and leave Chaley holding the bag.
Haley's still holding the bag. Might have to help Chaley.
So I'm working on it. Oh, we could do a shared project.
Oh, and again,
That was so bad.
and
That was
again.
so crazy.
No, and it's for my head, so I don't even care that much. It actually would be fine, but not again, Gabs. I can't do that.
We made a sweater together. So I would knit a bunch, and then Shaylee would knit a bunch, and then I would knit a bunch, and Shaylee would knit a bunch, literally on the same sweater with the same needles. We would pass the project back and forth during the pandemic.
We were like trying to match each other's gauge. It was
It,
so bad.
it went as wild as it sounds like it went.
It
But it
was,
was exciting, and we got the brown sweater done.
it was really bad, Gabs.
I know. Also
Okay,
my idea.
I'm sorry.
That was my idea too.
Yes, it was. Um, okay, I think this is still in the shop, hopefully. This is my cheese bag.
Oh yeah, Dad just got some more fabric of it. That's so cute. That's like one of my favorite ones.
I love it. Um, and I am working on some fleecy socks because I'm just letting it happen. It's my process. Don't touch it. And so I am having this weird thing happen to me with my Felici
Oh,
again.
is that your big, big purple?
Yeah, and I don't know why it's happening. But pardon me, this is the first one. And like these are normal. And then I don't know why this like violet is like it's like a double stripe of the violet because it like and I didn't buy it to
Does it
do
reverse
that.
directions in the pattern?
No, because these are different colors. This one is different from this one.
Oh,
But it's doing the exact same thing here. So.
Is that what it's supposed to look like?
I don't think
What's
so.
it called?
Desert rose.
I'm gonna look on Ravelry while you talk to see if other people's did that too.
Okay. Well, it's called Desert Rose. It's Knit Picks Felici, and I used stroll fingering and white to do the cuff and the heel, and I have the cuff done here. But here's a situation. And I think I'm turning into my sister because this is how much I have left of it. So
Plenty yarn,
I
plenty
don't
yarn.
know if I'm gonna make it for the heel. So here's my backup plan. Is I have Stroll Glimmer. So I just have sparkle nipple. And that'll be okay if I run out of yarn to do the contrast. But I feel like I'm cooking away on this. Looks like about halfway because of in comparison. So yeah, just a nice kind of like, again, mindless project because I think that helps me to do more mindless things, especially when I feel a little overwhelmed at work. Also, when I'm not feeling that good. So here I am. What have you got to report, Gabs?
Well, I'm looking. I'm working on it. I have to search the products because Ravelry Ravelry is not the most excellent. It happened on other people's too,
Interesting. Maybe it's supposed to be like that, and I just misunderstood it.
right? Like that's a big purple.
Yeah.
This was socks that someone else just made. Yeah, see? Big purple.
Oh,
I guess it's not an oopsie. Yeah,
all right.
everything's big purple.
I've never had that happen to me with a Felici, so
I'm looking. Some people didn't. Yeah, everybody's big purple.
all right, big purple it is.
Maybe it was like a misprint, like a mistake in the I guess dyeing process, I guess. And they were just like, YOLO. How long have you got? How
A
new are
while. I bought this one. No, well, at least a year.
maybe
Or
it
two
was their
years.
first batch of Felici back and they were bad at it.
No. This was when Felici was still a thing.
Oh, I don't know then.
It's all right. Is it your turn or my turn?
You just talked about your big splotchy purple.
Okay, so it's your turn.
Yes.
I'm gonna go get another lozenge and a cookie, I think.
A cookie. All right. Well, I'll talk about this one then. Well, she does that. I'm working on my sister made me a magic knot ball. Here it is. It's still gigantic. It's still gigantic. I weighed it yesterday and it's still 220 grams. We started with 525. So I'm more than halfway for sure. It's going quite well. I have a system to try and get myself to finish, like make solid progress on it each day. So I do a 2 knots because it's a magic knot ball. So I crochet 2 knots every day, sometimes more, because my sister and I have different approaches to magic knot ball. Shaylee puts like almost all 10 grams in it. So the runs of yarn are very long. So, and Gabs does not. Gabs puts like this much. If it's just enough to like tie the knots, it goes in. I have been being a good influencer and I have my progress keeper. This is where I was last time we podcast. This is where I currently am,
Cannot see.
right here.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
So, surprise, surprise, there's more pink right here underneath my chin. And
Have I see all that blue? You're welcome.
look what's coming up.
Oh, autumnal. Ayo.
Autumnal pink. Shaylee knits apparently with 2, maybe 3 color palettes. First color palette is called pink and all of its buddies. Second color palette is called like turquoise and all of its buddies. And the third color palette is called probably something for mom or Vubby. See, pink, all of its buddies. Turquoise, all of its buddies. Something brown for mom or Vubby. More pink, something brown, something blue. Which it's hilarious that I'm like, which of my 3 buddies am I going to? Because there's like, it's all similar, which is fine. and it's coming out as a really nice blanket. But I think I'm gonna like I want to lay it out next to the previous year and see how much of like her color palettes have changed because this is kind of a fun thing to see like what we've made. She's gonna be all pissed about mine because this is mine. I know.
I
This is
don't like it.
the what's it called? This is this. And then this
Okay,
one, Kaylee's like,
I don't like that.
why is my sister like this?
Our blankets are so interesting.
Mine is much more eclectic than Shaylee's. Shaylee still has like a palette, even when it's all like she has a year-long palette. And
I think my life is a palette, Gabs.
Gabs is
In
like,
my
oh,
house.
well, I'm gonna make continuous socks out of striped yarn. That sounds great. And then I'm gonna make this beanie out of it. Yeah, no, Gabs.
Okay. Well, speaking of a palette, I am working on a garment. I am making the whoopsie granny square hooded coat. I believe it's a free pattern, so it's not secret by shoot Deborah Newton, which I think was designed for a Barocco yarn. Um, And I'm making the medium, though I'm not confident on how there's like size differences. I think it's on the extensions that you make. But I currently am on the stage of making the squares. And my goal is gonna take me forever because I gotta make like 90 squares. But I'm trying to do at least one square a day, minimums. I should do more, but sometimes you have a day where you're like, I don't feel like doing this. And I've had many of those days this week. So, Napsy, I'll just put this over here. I have made some of my squares and they're kind of all in a similar palette. Raise your hand if you're surprised.
Oh, good. This is
Um,
all going into my magic knot ball.
no, it's DK.
Oh, sweet.
These are DK. You're saying you're supposed to do worsted, but I figured it would be fine. Because it's crochet and it will kind of stretch, I think. So,
We'll fix it.
this is the first set. Oh my gollies.
What are you doing there,
I
buddy?
don't know. Here's my first set. Look at that.
That's nuts. I like it.
It's blowing out so badly. This was a artist formerly known as a Yarnable. Um, and then I have these ones that I did. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, your camera's making them look so shiny.
I think it's because the sun is coming right
Oh.
in. And then I started these ones. Maybe my head will block it. That's better.
Oh,
Nope.
that is better.
Okay. And then I did one of this because I just needed to get one done for the day.
Oh, are you making another pink granny square
So
coat?
here's the thing. It's not all pink, but mostly pink because,
Yes.
well, here's my granny square bag that is no longer in the shop.
It
But
is still in the shop.
this, sick. Okay, these are the colors.
What did I say about the pink and then like a turquoise palette?
Yeah. So I'm making this, but this is gonna lead us. You're done, right?
With what?
Your whips.
No.
Oh, you said three. Did you do three?
No.
Oh. Well, I guess I won't, it won't lead us into acquisitions. This awkward.
Whoops, we're organized.
My bad.
All right.
Usually I'm more with it. I am not, I'm
She's mush.
sloppy
She's mush
today.
brained. I'm making
Well,
my thing.
yeah. Okay, well, I ordered stuff from for the joining and I'll show that later. Okay, Gabs, it's you.
My turn now. I am making the creative advent scarf, I
And
think.
it's just Creative Infinity scarf.
Creative infinity scarf. It's a pattern by Rachel O'Connor. Um, I'm this far. I've
Mm.
done the stockinette. I've done this. The blue is, I think it's called So Fetch, and it's by Salty Blonde Fiber Company. The I guess gray, speckly, is Sock Obsession Fiberworks Crush Hour, which I got from a yarn swap. And this orange is Fangirl Fibers, which I got out of their A League of Their Own Advent. It's the last orange because it didn't go nice with my sweater. I had to do a provisional cast on, which totally sucked. I did it with the try it on tubing, but this gets tangled all the darn stinking time. And I didn't love that. I don't love a provisional cast on. It's just fiddly. It's so fiddly. And now I'm kind of trucking along on it. I absolutely ignored the gauge recommendation and the needle recommendation because it's a scarf. And I was more interested in it creating a fabric that I knew I would like and looked nice rather than matching gauge because it's a cowl. It's fine. It's fine, whatever.
I didn't do gauge either.
Shaylee made it already. So I have her copy of the pattern. So she's written some notes for me on it, but I haven't had to get to the notes bit yet. So that's exciting. I actually think it's coming out pretty cute.
It's very summery.
Yes, it's intended to be an Advent thingamajig where you do a skein or a color a day. I only have 20 colors, so we'll have to circle back at some point, but that's fine. Yeah, I think it's fun. It'll be exciting. There's lots of different textures. It's like a texture sampler, I would say. So far I'm doing the easy one though. First one is easy. Knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one. It's a moss stitch.
It gets more complicated than that.
I've seen Shaylee's get more complicated. And she told me, because Shaylee made it, she's like, Gabs, do not do this while you're trying to do the musical. Like, it's going to be too hard for you. Because the stockinette was fine, right? Like, the stockinette part, trucking along on it. So my goal is to try and do it like an Advent. Yes, I realize I started this last night. So I started on March 8th, which is not a special day, but it's fine. Start things when you want to start things. You don't have to start stuff on January 1. You don't have to start stuff on a Monday. Start when you want to start it.
Saturday, beginning of the weekend. I like it.
You didn't even start it at the start of the day.
Not relevant. Okay, now we can talk about things I got.
Yes, I only got one thing, so you can talk about yours.
Okay. Fact. And my jacket. So I needed to order some yarn for the joining. And I had to order kind of a lot because I realized these are 50 grams and I don't know. I hope I did it right. It's Shaylee doing math. I did not consult my sister because it was like nighttime and I was like, I'm pretty sure I got it. So how do you think it happened, team? It's fine. So I am gonna use Knit Picks Swish DK to join them all because I thought about doing a white jacket, but then they didn't have a cream and I felt like white was kind of aggressive. So I love a Dove Heather. She's a classic. I've worked with Dove Heather before. We have a good relationship. And I have like 50 million skeins of this. So I hope I ordered what I was supposed to order correctly because I have these two. And it says you need like 1,000 grams.
Do you want me to do the math for you right now, or you just want to live with it?
No, I've already ordered it, so I'm good.
How many are those gram thingamajiggies?
What?
How much it comes in each ball?
50.
Sorry, let me try that again. Yardage.
123. Wait, no, it's 120. No, I'm sorry. So you need it. It's over 1,000 yards, not grams. That's why I needed this many.
I think you'll be fine. You may end up with a few extra, but you need at least 10.
Right, and I have
12.
12, but it was like 1,000 plus some.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll be fine. Who doesn't need some Dove Heather?
I know
I use it for some. I'll do double with something. Maybe I'll make one of those beanie faction beanies with it. The world is my oyster. Okay, I got that. You want me to do the rest of the stuff I bought, or you want to do you?
My one?
Yeah.
This is my Granite State Yarn one skein.
I like that one.
It's very Christmas. Would you like to guess what it's called?
Sure. Okay. Is it a Christmas? Is it like Christmas?
Kind of.
I'm gonna go with holiday wreath.
Ooh, very good. It is along the same lines, but not that.
Gorgeous garland.
Ooh, also a good name. You need to be more general.
Tree.
It's called Let's Decorate.
Oh,
So you
okay.
were there. You were
I
hovering.
was in the
Hovering.
zone. Yeah.
Keep going. Yeah. I like it. It's got this really pretty green under the ball band.
Yeah. That's nice. That will be fun.
It's gone back to Christmas. The other two were like kind of Christmas, like hot pink, like pink. But that's skein 4 of the 6 that I get, and now I'm like,
Me. Me? Okay.
yeah.
So I got my Yarnable, and again, this was my first month doing the no frills, and I liked not having the frills, but I don't think again like it ended up being worth it for me, just for the cost and it, like in the stage that I'm at with all the yarn that I have. Not that I don't think dyers should get that, and like I understand shipping is expensive, but like for my budget, it just didn't seem
Mhm.
as doable. So this one is March's color, which is Wings of Renewal. It's got a bunch of like butterflies on like the ball band, so it's cute. It's a nice teal.
It's a good teal.
We love a good teal. I actually think this will make a cool hat because it is kind of
It
like a
pools together.
ombre.
Yeah.
So that will be kind of fun, I think, to do a muscle burra out of it. And then technically this is an acquisition, and maybe a good transition if you were going to talk about it. But I have my latest um inventory that I've received from the intern from the shop. So I requested one of the Valentine's Day truck bags. Love it. I think it's adorable. Just in time for March 9th. Um, and then this one I was really looking forward to, and I love it. I think this is so fun.
That's
Um,
pretty.
this one came out while Dad did good flower placement for me. So I love that. I also got my planting pigs, which I think are so cute and very springy. It feels very springy, but not to be confused with my dancing pigs. So pig
Jeez.
themed. Love it. Love it. I think this one is so cute.
That's cute.
And then happy belated International Women's Day because we got the bras
Excited.
and I love them. It's very sexy. It's a sexy project bag. And the theme is we're sexy in 2025. So here we go. This one is licensed, so I will not plug it as much. But I really wanted this one, also a seasonal one, for my Halloween stitches. And then this one I obviously had to have because we love boba. So I have a boba bag, and I don't have a boba bag, but I have lots of boba stitch markers, so that would be
Mhm.
perfect. And then what I liked about this one, even though like I'm the queen of having food project bags, and I think I have 75 ramen
Oh my
ones
God.
specifically, this one has the hibiscus. So it feels like it's actually Simon bag, which is different. So many of these, I believe, are in the shop. So if you too want to
None
have,
of these are in the shop right now.
huh?
None of these are in the shop
None of
right
these are in the shop,
now.
but
But
soon you could be dancing and planting pigs.
if you
Or
want them, if you see them and you're like, I have to have that one, we have the fabric for all of them. Dad just hasn't sewn them yet. That's why I don't have the listings. Um, Send us an email and I will make you a custom listing. And it takes us about a week to get it together, which customers have done and it works super great. I'm working on a different business model right now on how we're dropping fabric just with the changes with Joanne Fabrics and our own schedule. So we're dropping less all at once. Um, but that doesn't mean we don't have things. So this week's drop is only one because I fell behind and it's the cute cat bag.
oh,
So this one is in the shop. You could order it right now. Um, but like I said, if you want anything that you've seen on previous podcasts, send us a email or DM or something like that. Yes. So I do drop usually 1 or 2 fabrics on the weekends if you're interested in that. Um, but I've noticed, I think it's the economy, right? Sales are different. People, it's a weird time. I'm an economics teacher. Like my students are struggling with. We're watching the stock market. Like I get it. which is also why I'm putting out less bags at a time. So it's a little bit more curated and not creating so much of a buying frenzy. So, but if you want something, let us know. We probably have it in stash. We have to do our stats. We didn't do our
Oh,
stats.
bananas.
My journal's in the living room. I'm gonna go get mine.
Oh, good. Just Chaley. Okay, I have both my journals here. Today is Sunday, or yeah, Sunday is journaling day. So I do need to catch up on that. So if you've watched us for this year so far, you know we have our year in yarn that we were doing, and I've been pretty good about this and keeping up with it. I enjoy it. There's some things I would change about it that just I think would work better for my making, but all in all, I think it's pretty fun. I've also really liked adding to the pages. So you have the parts that you can color in, but then like I added some washi tape. I had these fun little like succulent stickers. So I went with a green theme for March because of St. Patty's Day. But like my February one was more of like a pink theme with my added decorations to it. Because I have all this like stamping stuff, so I thought I should use it. But I didn't share any of my stats. I was just talking about the journal.
Oh my gosh. I was just about to say that I gave up on coloring or decorating my journal at all because that's not Gabs.
It's
This
not.
is this is my February page.
Yeah,
It just
baby.
writing on it. I don't like coloring. I just don't like coloring. My kids ask me to color with them, and I'm like, can we do something other than coloring? I'm like, I'll sit next to you while we color. We can sing songs while you color. I don't want to color.
Well, okay. How do we do this?
Um, I don't know.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. What was your ending number, I guess, of stash for February?
Ah, oh, I do it differently. I don't track that. I broke even for February.
Oh,
I
ins and outs.
I did the same amount of ins as I had outs, so 0.
Oh, so then your number would still be the same, whatever your number
If I
was.
knew what it was, yes. But I did make 9 projects, which is good, so that I'm on track to still like do my century. And I used a lot of yarns. It's not like it was like 1 and 1. Like I still used 9 or no, sorry, 8 yarns. So I'm still in a good spot for that part of the century as well. Because it's not the century isn't how many I minus, it's how many I use.
Excellent. Gabs ended February with 281 skeins in stash. I started February with 283.
Okay, not bad.
So I'm -2 by Chaley's like methodology. I didn't buy any yarn. People just generously gave me yarn. I got 15
Mm-hmm,
to 18 skeins that month.
mm-hmm,
I get 3 yarns from subscriptions. Daniel, my husband, bought me yarn for Valentine's Day, and then I got lots of Desert Vista Dye Works yarn from 2 wonderful subscribers and my sister. Um, and you'll notice I have no Desert Vista Dye Works whip yet, and it's March 9th.
it's fine.
It'll be
Everything's
okay.
fine.
How many FOs? You said you had 9 FOs?
Yeah.
14, baby.
You go, girl.
So I'm really like, if I was doing this with my sister, because she said we might have to do it collectively,
Yeah, you will be fine.
because I'm at 25 and that's only March. And I haven't written in the March ones. My bonus stats also are I have played 7 games of Yarn Chicken since this is January and February. I have lost all 7.
Oh, bananas.
But for March, I've played it twice and I won 1. So I am 1-8. And I post it on our stores all the time. And people are so funny. They're like, maybe you should stop playing Yard Chicken. I'm like, no. This winning it one time has convinced me I can.
It's renewed your sense of like you're like I am a victor.
It's like what's it called? It's all you need to do is win once, right?
Right.
It's how like casinos get you in, right? Like you just need to think you can win. Yes, I realize I should weigh my yarn. I'm aware of this. I realize I should weigh my yarn. I realize I should measure the patterns. I realize I should stop before it's getting close, but I don't want to do any of those things. And it's just knitting and crocheting, and it's not hurting anyone. So I'm gonna keep doing it.
You're so silly.
I know everyone gives me all these helpful tips on like weigh your yarn before your muscle burrow before that happens.
Nah.
And it's like on things that I shouldn't have these issues with. Like it happened to me on a pair of socks. I should know on socks by now.
It's fine.
Yeah, I think that's all I track in this book.
What are your goals for March?
Oh, okay. I've stopped using this completed project log because I don't like doing that.
Oh, the big one?
Yeah,
I do short ones here.
honestly, this book is beautiful. I just use like a third of the things in the book. Yeah, I don't use any of those things because I don't want to. All right, March goals. My habit tracker or my to-do list? Or my goals?
My
All
monthly goals.
my monthly goals. Okay. My monthly goals are Destination Yarn, Musselburgh. I'm crushing it. I'm halfway through. Granny Chevron, also crushing it. More than halfway through. Beanie Faction, I have crushed it.
You're done.
I know, only March 9th. What are your goals?
So I decided that I needed to give myself a win.
Oh, you went for the low-hanging fruit?
I went for I don't even know if they're still hanging.
You
They're
just
so low.
you just picked it
Because
up off the
I
ground, bought it
literally
from the farmer's
no, I
market.
went to the grocery store to get the fruit. Like, and actually I Instacarted it, so it's showing up at my door. I have finished Gabs's Musselburgh, which I only have the decreases on left to
Oh
do
my
on March
God.
1st. And then I have finished Janelle's wedding chicken. So those were actually starting from scratch.
Yeah.
And then the other one was specifically start Granny Square hooded coat.
Oh, good. Crushed it.
It started. I'm done. So I'm done with two of them already.
What do you have on your to-do list?
I put nothing.
Oh, so I had the Moonlit Mystery Knit Along, but I've completely bailed on that. That's by Kuwait Knitters. Um, and it is a mystery knit along. It's a shawl. I looked at the pattern. They've released Clue 2, and I just don't like the pattern. But I do really like their desert campfire shawl. And that's really cute. And it's like all garter stitch and all mosaic
Oh,
knitting. So I'm like, yes, I'm for it. It's also a free pattern. The Ravelry notes do say there's some errors in it, but it seems like it seems like a mostly striped thing, so I could
yeah,
probably
yeah, yeah.
correct it. If that's an issue, because I want to do the Muslim makers make along. I'm a little bit behind because it was for the start of Ramadan, which was March 1st. I think it started on the 20th. I think it might have been sundown on the 28th, right? So it's
Mm,
like, so I wanted to do that. But it's a really big shawl. So I don't know if I'll finish it because Ramadan's roughly a month. So
right.
I don't know about that. It's being hosted by Kelsey, who is knitting Nakabi on Instagram. She also has a pattern coming out. Her stuff is so cute, but it uses so much purling. And I'm like, no, ma'am.
I don't like purling. She don't
Which
like
is why I didn't want to do this MCAL because it's mostly purling. And I'm
that.
like, no, ma'am. I don't wish to do not in a shawl. And when they had another pattern for free that was not purling, I was like, yeah, that's me. What are your habits for the month?
Do one granny square a day.
That's it?
That's it. Gabs.
I have I have four.
Oh, you're too much. I'm exhausted by you.
Okay, so here's my first one. This is not knitting at all. It's remember to wear my retainer every night.
Oh, good. That's a good one for you.
Hard. I forget and I don't
I
like
don't know how. Just put it next to your toothbrush.
I don't like my retainer. Um, but I've done it. I've remembered every single night. My teeth are the same amount. They're not any straighter. It's fine. To do 2 knots on my granny chevron, I've also done that. 10 rows on the muscle burra, doing it, and to work with destination yarn every single day.
Oh, wow.
That was last month's goal too.
Are you still doing your alphabet thing?
I haven't even started, man.
Did you make a gnome yet?
No.
Okay.
Kind of over my gnomes right now.
Okay. We're doing good.
Yeah, so we'll see if the gnome inspo comes back, but I'm kind of over my gnomies right now.
Okay. I
I'm feeling like
understand.
I want to make a chicken instead.
Oh, do you want to make Harry's for me? It didn't say I had to finish it. It just said finish.
That's absolutely true. I'm also in this blitz to try and finish yarn because I learned from last year tracking my yarn as soon as it hit my birthday, which is the end of April, it went downhill for like 2 months on just acquiring yarn. So I'm really trying to make sure that doesn't happen to me. I'm also not entering as many giveaways or knit alongs so I don't win prizes of yarn, which is what happened to me a lot, which is silly. But oh, we do have pucks and pearls coming up. Unfortunately, we have sold out, so I'm not going to advertise it too much because that's just annoying. Um, actually, the whole game sold out, which so it wasn't me. It wasn't me that just would like, you can't sit with us. You can always sit with us. It's not my fault. That's Barracudas. Because they also paired it with this. It's the same night as like family hockey night,
Hmm.
which is fine. We've got about 65 people coming, which kind of terrifies me. So we got about 65 people coming, and we have our little gift bags and goodies. I need to grab the raffle tickets from school because Chaley has generously donated the bulk of the raffle prizes. Um, and there'll be like 4 or 5 raffle prizes for people, which I feel like feels pretty fair, right? Like 5 for 60 people. Because I don't love it when designers have knit-alongs and they are like 1 prize for 600 entries when they could just give away patterns.
Right.
We did draw the prizes for Felici February. I did do that. And the winners have contacted me, so I've done that. They were posted on our Instagram story, so I did my drawing. We don't have any knit. Do we have anything? No knit-alongs, no challenges.
Cannot.
I do think I'm going to start a challenge for myself in April though. It's an easy one, or at least simple, which is basically I set a goal for like what I want to reduce my stash down to that month. Like this month, I want to try to be down to at least 250. But I started the month at 281. So that's
Yikes.
31, yeah, 31 skeins. And then whatever I fall short by, that's how many burpees I gotta do.
Oh, burpees. You hate those.
Yeah, and I think the rule is going to be how whatever I fall short of, that's how much I have to do that amount of burpees until I reach that number.
I don't get it.
Okay. So like last month, right? I got to 281. My goal was 275, right? So I was short by 6. It means I have to do 6 burpees every single day until I get to 275.
Uh,
I know.
uh.
Because I thought about it and I was like, there's no way. Like at the end of the year, like if my goal was to get down to like 100 skeins of yarn, but I'm short by 50, I can't do 50 burpees in a row. I'm gonna throw up.
Mm.
Like it's not a thing that Gabs could do. But like if my goal was 275 and I hit 281, I'm like, I can do 6 burpees a day.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
manageable. And because it decreases, so like I'm at now 278. So then I would only have to do 3 burpees
Right.
to get to it. So as I get closer,
I like it.
I mean, it would be even better that once I hit below the number, that Daniel would have to do the burpees that I was underneath. He'd be so mad. But I think that's going to be my goal for like April
Excellent.
because I don't like burpees.
Don't forget we to prepare for our May miles.
Oh, yeah, but I sometimes only run 1 mile and then
Me
quit.
too. And then call it a day. May mile. Okay. Is that all we have?
sign up for Knit for Food if you haven't done it. You can join our team. We're going to do a beanie blitz, but Chaley's doing a beanie blah.
Have an event. Totally stressed.
It's not going good.
But, well, we hope you all are hanging in there. Thank you so much for bearing with us, mostly me, on this one. And we'll see you next time. I don't know how it will work out because I think with the schedule, I'm actually in flight on the Sunday we're supposed to do this. So Gabs and I will work out our schedule and we'll get something to you at some point.
Yeah.
But, huh?
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Thank you for watching and see you later.
Bye.
Bye.